Hello and welcome to a brand new edition of Switch. I'm Ankit Vengurlekar, this is Naomi Datta, and this week on Switch, we've got you a smartphone and tablet extravaganza. All the latest launches are going to be reviewed only on this show.
Yeah, since everything about mobile telephony now is about giving consumers bang for their buck, we're going to do that on Switch as well. We're going to give you a mind-blowing array of the latest launches, most of them Android. Okay, we're going to give you mobile phones, we're going to give you tablets, and we're going to do all these reviews at breakneck speed.
Absolutely.
Okay, so we begin the show with a company that I'm rather fond of. I wouldn't call myself a Nokia loyalist. I would call myself a Nokia sentimentalist. Because I'm really sentimental about Nokia because everyone's first phone was a Nokia.
Absolutely.
And now they are sort of changing the rules of the game. And this phone, which is a Nokia Asha 501, is going to do a lot for the company, so they're hoping, in the 5,000 rupee price category. But before we get into a detailed review of this, let's quickly get into tech specs.
And Nokia's Asha phones go pop with the new 501. With a cute 3-inch display of 240 into 320 resolution, the Asha series looks uncannily like the richer cousin, the Lumia series. The 501 comes in 6 bright pop Andy Warhol colors: bright red, bright green, cyan, yellow, white and black. The Asha 501 is as light as 98 grams and has soft curved edges that give it a premium look. This phone debuts the Nokia Asha OS version 1.0, which opens a wide canvas of apps. The 501 has just about 64 MB of RAM. The onboard internal memory of 128 MB can be expanded up to 32 GB with a micro SD card. The Nokia 501 hasn't adopted the brilliance of the Lumia camera in any way. It has a half-decent 3.1 megapixel rear camera and has no front-facing camera. So if you're thinking selfies or video calls, forget it. For connectivity, it has USB 2.0, Bluetooth 3.0, Wi-Fi and Edge. However, there is no 3G. But since the Nokia 501 is an entry-level smartphone, we should be considerate. The Nokia Asha 501 can be yours at Rs 4,999 on Flipkart.
At 5,000 rupees, this is great bang for your buck. Okay, the design is great.
Gorgeous.
Okay, it's great. They've removed most of the hardware elements. In fact, they've removed all the hardware elements. What you have is this little back button, which you don't really need to use too much because they've moved to Asha 1.0, which is this interface which is more swipe based, so you can double click on the phone and unlock it, and you can use the swipe gesture for other things. In all respects, okay, your battery life, camera is average, but listen, for 5,000 rupees, what do you want?
Can't expect the world.
So I think it gives you great bang for your buck. I'm saying it again and again. And you have your interchangeable back covers, which for me is a really girly thing to do. So I would say, Ankit, is it kick or pick?
100% Nokia Asha 501 for 5,000 rupees gets a definite pick. Alright, so we've now got 5 Android smartphones that we're going to review. All of them run a quad-core processor. All of them have a screen size not smaller than 5 inches. Supersize me. Let's start with the most reasonable of the lot, Intex Aqua i5 for 11,000 bucks. Let's check out the tech specs.
Intex keeps up with the trend of quad-core processor smartphones with 5-inch displays and launches the Aqua i5. Like its brand ambassador Farhan Akhtar, this phone seems to be fitness conscious with its slim and trim body. Like we mentioned earlier, the i5 has a 5-inch display with a 960 by 540 pixel resolution and comes with a 1.2 GHz quad-core processor. It runs Android's Jelly Bean OS and has 1 GB of RAM. The Aqua i5 has an onboard memory of 4 GB which can be expanded up to 32 GB with a micro SD card. It has a 12 megapixel rear camera with autofocus and LED flash. The Intex Aqua i5 has a 3.2 megapixel front-facing camera as well. For connectivity, it has Wi-Fi, 3G, Bluetooth 3.0, GPS and GPRS.
This is an 11,000 rupee phone, 5 inches, quad-core processor, 12 megapixel camera. It does everything that it promises and really completely reshapes the landscape, because what they're doing at 11,000 rupees, competition like Micromax and Lava and Carbon are achieving that at a much more expensive price tag.
So what would you say, kick or pick?
Definitely pick. Alright, moving on, and our next phablet or 5-inch phone that we are reviewing is from the house of Lava. It's called the Zolo Q1000. Let's check out the tech specs.
everybody is racing to make budget quad-core smartphones. Then how can Lava, a company that is launching smartphones ferociously, stay behind? Lava gives you the Q1000, a 1.2 GHz quad-core smartphone for Rs 13,990. Now the Q1000 comes with a 5-inch LCD display with 720 by 1280 pixel resolution. It runs Android's Jelly Bean OS and has a RAM of 1 GB. Like most of the budget smartphones, the Lava Q1000 has 4 GB of internal storage that can stretch up to 32 GB with a micro SD card. It has an 8 megapixel autofocus primary camera with LED flash and a 1.2 megapixel secondary camera. You can record video at 1080 at 30 FPS. The Q1000 has all the necessary connectivity options like Edge, 3G, Bluetooth 4.0 and USB 2.0. And to take advantage of all of this, the Lava Q1000 gives you a 2100 mAh battery.
The Zolo Q1000, Zolo always reminds me of some warrior princess or of some, super villain.
Some SUV.
Or some super villain.
Xylo.
Or some super villain from a comic book franchise. But you know what it's doing with the market is great. I mean, Zolo has launched this smartphone. For the first time, it has a quad-core processor. It runs on Android 4.2 Jelly Bean. So it has everything that you get from an Android phone of that generation. And the great thing about this phone is the display screen.
Oh, yeah.
It is brilliant. So it's 5-inch and it's HD. It's great picture quality.
Yeah.
So I mean, just for that, I would get the phone. It has a decent camera. Not too bad for low light photography as well. I know you're the photography enthusiast, so always bring up cameras. So the camera is not too bad. Battery life is not too bad. The screen really is the selling point for me.
Is the stuff. And the build quality, when you hold the Zolo Q1000, it feels like a 20,000 rupee phone, and that's exactly what Zolo has been doing from day one, giving brilliant build quality, premium design at a much reasonable price. Fantastic effort, Lava. Definitely gets a pick from us for 13,500 rupees. This is one phone which is going to give sleepless nights
to Micromax.
Micromax's pin-up boy, the Canvas 4, which we are now shortly going to review after this quick break on this massive gadget extravaganza that we've got you this week on Switch.